I think we're live. Are we? Hello. Okay, I have a lot of reverb. Hello. I mean, I can see the meter moving up and down, so I'm going to assume we're live. The stream element spot is here. Let me just add a little bit of gain to my microphone. The compressor setting needs to be a little bit tighter. Makeup gain 1, 2. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Today is February 26th, I think. Yeah, February 26th, Friday, on 2021. The local time is 5:24 p.m. It is our, I think it's our 8th live stream. I think I should change the title. Title said number 7. I think this should be our 8th. I hope I'm not wrong. I don't know. I don't really remember. If this is our 7th and I say it's our 8th, just ignore that. It is not our first one, but I've got some exciting things to work on and to talk about. But for now, I'm just gonna chill. Maybe play a little bit of guitar, maybe a little bit of piano. Is this thing on? And yeah, that's just to see what happens, you know. And by the way, the song you heard in the intro is an old song I composed like maybe 10-15 years ago, and it got changed throughout the time, but it is now published completely under a different vocalist. I just produced a song for her. The song is Incomplete by Rudy Saw. You can check it on Spotify and anywhere else. Speaking of links, though, I have some exciting things. Finally, after the whole pandemic thing I'm not gonna jinx it and say to a controlled state, but I'm gonna assume it's better than what it used to be before. Now my first book, is officially available everywhere to to order and to purchase and to just chill with. Let me find a link and send it to ya. Hold on. Is this the correct link? Yep. How can I order? I think I should have. I should have thought of this or sooner. Order my book. Heart sign and link. Yeah, I'm very proud of it. The first book turned out to be amazing and great. It's a French poetry book well, it's not a poetry book, it's a lyrics book, but we won't have to call it that. And also, it also includes one of the short stories I wrote a while ago. It was, let me think which one. Well, I think it's Parmi des Diables, which is French for Among the Demons. Which, maybe I should play it today. Maybe I should just play it here, you know? I think it would be a fun idea if we did that. I haven't been able to sing recently a lot. My voice needed some rest. Did a bunch of recordings. And yeah, it's kind of fun. But at the same time, it's really taxing on the throat and on the vocal cords and everything. I tend to keep my vocal cords in a very relatively healthy state, but sometimes things will have to change. Let me add a little bit of low end to my voice so it appears to be more stream friendly. Usually I see streamers adding a crap ton of low end to their voice, while in reality they don't have that much of a bass voice. But well, it's the magicking of with the CK, like musicking of the modern world of music and audio production. You can add a crap ton of bass to your voice and basically change, which is a very interesting rhetoric when it comes to modern life, because everybody wants to be something they're not. Everybody likes to pretend that there's something that they are not. They want to show things they don't have. They want to pretend that they are places they cannot go. And I guess for attention, I don't know. I never understood the reason. I know that we all like to have attention on us, but that's a whole other conversation. Believe it or not, I actually made an entire album based on this concept. My French album. Let me show you. Hold on. Can I find it? I think I can. Yeah, here it is. I know you can't see it. I'm zooming in to make it as appropriate as possible, so when I switch cameras, you don't have to watch me browse. I should go with this. Yeah, you can see it here now. This was my last big project that I worked on, like early 2019, like late 2018. A French album called, Identité, or Identité in French. So many people helped me make this thing into a reality. It was one of the biggest projects that I never thought I would finish. I never thought I would actually see it in physical form. I have the discs here, but yeah, this is one of the most awesome things in my possession. This is a booklet, and these are the songs. There's 9 + 1 song. The 10th song is the remix of the 5th song, and I think I'm gonna talk a little bit about this album. Why not? It's a French project, like you can see. It's my 3rd album in an order of. I never thought I would go this far in my music making, but yeah, the first song, or the French song, the French word, the name of it is Le Labyrinthe. Labyrinthe in English is labyrinth, or a maze, or basically like a pathway without a way out. The second song is called Métropole, or Metropolis, or basically a gigantic city, a gigantic big town with, like, all those futuristic things you see, like dark with neon lights and everything, the whole thing. I'm doing a very good job at explaining, I can see. The third one is the song is called Au revoir, or Until We Meet Again, basically, or I hope to see you soon, something like that. The French language has a bunch of different kinds of goodbyes. One of the more common types of saying goodbye is au revoir, or like you say, you see, this is a combination of au, which is like a preposition for two, and revoir, which is the re plus voir. Re is like a re in English language. It's a repetition prefix, and voir is seeing or meeting, and revoir means meeting again. So au revoir would mean until, like, we meet again, something like that. The fourth one, I almost said quatrième. The fourth one is samedi soir, or Saturday evening, and it's an actual real song that I wrote in a Saturday evening in France. I was just big chilling with my cup of coffee, and it was raining. It was awesome. So I wrote this song, tried to like crystallize it and immortalize it in song form. Then we have Elise, which originally had a different name. The song was gonna be called something else. And this one isn't about a person. It's not about a real person. It's about a statue maker who falls in love with his statue. He's a sculptor, and he sculpts a statue, and it's so beautiful and pretty that he falls in love with it, and he wishes that he would like cast his soul into the statue so that the statue come to life, and they would like hang out and be forever together, but they end up being together forever, but not with the happy ending that you think, which is like the fantasy kind. He actually dies because of his love, and this probably is the saddest song of the album. It's super sad. Unfortunately, I can't play it because of Twitch and its DMCA. I might play it with like IRL instead of just playing the song. The sixth one is a title track, Identity or Identité, which is a very, in my opinion, harsh critic, or maybe a fair critic in 2021, I don't know, on the negative effects when it comes to social media and when it comes to like being always somebody or something you are not. It's the heaviest song in terms of its composition. It's like metal and aggressive, like that. The seventh one is kind of an epilogue for Identité. The song is called the Unité Divisée, which is an oxymoron. An oxymoron is two opposites next to each other. Are we here? I think we had some issues. OBS, you with me? It says everything is green. I don't know. And you know what? I think I'm gonna play a little bit of these songs. I hope you can read the lyrics, or as they call it in French, paroles. I hope. Oh God, I went back. I hope it's like eligible. You can read it. You say eligible for reading? I mean, it's visible. Okay, we got the guitar here. Let's find the cable. I think I should enable the inputs. Do you think I'm... It says everything is green. I will believe it. And we will move on to playing and singing. Do you want... Should I have the lyrics up? Or should I have lyrics down for you? Do you want to see it like this? Or like this with the lyrics? You know what? Just to keep things different, I'm going to put the lyrics up and play at the same time, because the lyrics are in French. You're going to have some trouble, right? Okay. Let's pass the cable. 1, 2. I believe I should change into singing mode. Right? I mean, I should turn off this compressor, turn on this one with all the reverb for days. Delay? Yeah, why not? Compressor 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's add a bit of low end. I think we should be good. Let's tune. This is the most fun you can have on a Friday evening, you know. You think the volumes are like good? I gotta find a way to fix this. It's getting crazy sometimes. Let's make sure everything is in perfect order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Maybe I should increase the guitar compressors. A makeup gay. Are we? Do you think we're live? I mean, do you think it's very weak? Why is the guitar so weak and the vocals so loud? Excuse me? Hold on, let me turn off the microphone. There's a lot of dead air. Why is there so much dead air here? I think the compressor is compressing the crap out of the guitar. Hold on. The equalizer, do your thing. This is not a good, hold on. I know how to fix this. See, there are two different kinds. See, there are two different kinds of equalizers working in tandem. And we don't want that. Because, hold on, acoustic. Can you hear this much dead air? There's a lot of dead air here. What's going on? Is it the compressor? Am I making it extreme? No. It's the guitar. This is so much better. I think we need to lower this intensity. Okay, let's see what happens. This is the opening track of my French album Identité. The song is called Le Labyrinthe. Let's go. What's up, Gail? Hello to you too, my friend. Pourquoi tu me sembles comme ça? Comme je suis emprisonné dans un déjà-vu, un retour en arrière d'un cauchemar que j'en ai jamais vécu. Les saisons changent comme les personnes, mais les couleurs restent figées. La vie comme un fardeau, difficile à porter. Les étoiles me guident vers toi, si brillant que c'est dur à voir. Mais il faut continuer, la destination m'appelle. L'amour est un labyrinthe, on cherche des voies pour sortir en rouleau, comme les gouttes de temps qui éclatent, comme une bougie. L'amour est un grand voleur de nouveau, notre raison nous donne que des raisons à voler plus vite à sortir. L'amour est un masque, l'amour est un rêve, l'amour Lourd me dore par l'amour, l'illusion qui n'en brise jamais, se coucher, se réveiller, être honnête, insoumission contre tout, des rebuts et des choix. Nous sommes là pour le voir, nous respirons pour le vivre, si facile à négliger. Les étoiles nous guident vers toi, si brillante que c'est dur à voir. Mais il faut que je continue, la lumière je peux presque voir. L'amour est un labyrinthe, on cherche des voies pour sortir en boule quand les gouttes de temps qui éclatent comme une bougie. L'amour est un grand voleur et nous voleur. Notre raison il ne nous donne que des raisons à voler plus vite à sortir. L'amour est un masque, l'amour est un rêve, l'amour est un masque. I should have warmed my voice a little bit more, cause yeah, it was sorry if I went a little bit off note, but the reason is that I was kind of busy with work and everything, and that meant I had to talk a lot. It kind of damaged my voice. I apologize. Yeah, but basically that's the whole idea of the first song. I'm gonna give you the overall translation for this because I think since today I'm gonna be talking a lot about my poems, it could be a good start. Okay, excuse me. You see, let me put the guitar down. We don't need this here anymore. The whole idea of this song came to me when I was working on. Do we have the book here? Hold on, just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. So much dust. Okay, let me explain. Hold on. Hello. See, I was working on this book. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if you can see it. This book. I was working on the Iliad by Homer. This is the original text. I don't know, a billion pages, like 500 pages. And this is a very interesting story. It's a one of two parts of books. The first one is the Iliad. The other one is the Odyssey. And this is a story. I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but basically it's like this big Bible book of Greek mythology. What did you say, Kill? Yeah, I caught it like 3 months ago. It's not new. I went full bald. Like 3 months ago, I decided to cut everything and just go full bald. And what you're seeing right now is basically the hair regrowing because it had some issues that I had to fix. And the only way to fix it would be to like make sure that there's no hair on the head anymore, so I can apply drugs and everything. It's a boring story. Anyway, getting back to the important thing. This is a book about Greek mythology, and it's awesome. I highly recommend it if you're into these like geeky books and everything. And I'm gonna be talking about books today a lot. So if you don't like books, I truly apologize. But on the plus side, it's going to be a shorter stream. Anyway, there's this guy. I will get into it, Killer, because I have some exciting news on that front. This is all me setting everything up for the big thing at the like midway to the end of the stream. And I'm kind of a geeky guy. I've studied literature in university. I have a crap ton of books here, short stories, long stories, like novels, novelettes, books on language. It's a boring. I'm gonna talk about them later. But anyway, hey, Artemis is here too. Hello. So I was working on this. Artemis, I was talking about this book. If you can see, I was working on the Iliad by Homer a while ago. And in it, there's a bunch of these different characters. So many of them are like super famous because they've been inspired to be utilized in different kinds of stories. You know, like Zeus and like Athena. Believe it or not, Artemis is also a goddess in that book as well. But there's let me tell you the story of how this whole labyrinth idea came into existence and how did it turn into a love song. So I'm gonna give you a very, very brief overall story arc of how we get into this. But basically, in the Greek mythology, there was this big like cloud of God called Chaos, and then he like had a bunch of different gods come out of him, something like that. One of them was Zeus. One of them was Kronos. We had the Titans before gods. The Titans, they all let's imagine that for the sake of brevity here, all of these different Titans were assigned to a different element. So, for example, time was for Kronos, Earth was for Gaia, etc., etc. And like I said, time was for Kronos. Kronos was the god of time. That's why when you on your phone, when you want to measure times, you use a chronometer. Chrono is I think is the Greek or Latin word for time. And a chronometer means something that measures time. Basically, what happens is that this guy, he's a god of time. He's pretty cool. But there's this whole idea in the Greek mythology, like most of the mythology in the world, there's the idea of regicide and patricide and matricide. Big words basically mean that usually sons kill their fathers, fathers kill their fathers who are kings. You know, the whole no king rules forever deal. Long story short, Kronos talks to these oracles. Oracles are basically like prophets. They foresee the future. They tell him that your firstborn son will kill you or will like destroy you. That's like written in the fates. There are three sisters of fate, and if I remember their names correctly, one of them is Lachesis, L-A-H, I think, K-E-S-I-S, Atropos, and something else. I forgot the third one, the big one for the future. Anyway, there's these three sisters, past, present, future. And one of them tells them that your son will kill you. And what he does, that he decides to eat their sons. He eat his children, let's call it, because he also had daughters as well. And, he does everything. His wife, Rhea, R-H-A-A, R-H-E-A, who is like this super sacred figure, wants to preserve her last child. So instead of that, she asks the gods for help. And the gods, with an eagle, bring her a big boulder, big rock. And she gives the big boulder to Kronos to eat instead of the last son, and she gives the son to the eagle to take it away. And Kronos eats the boulder, but because it's a boulder, it kind of gets stuck in his throat, he coughs, the children come out. It's a whole thing. Anyway, the son grows on a separate location, a separate place, in a separate, like entirely desolate location. And he turns out to be Zeus, like the god of gods. And what happens is that Zeus asks of his family from the entities that have raised him, like the Gaia and the other titans. They tell him that you were supposed to be a sacrifice to the god of time. And so what Zeus does, because Zeus is not a fair god, Zeus is a very angry god. That's why he is always portrayed with a thunder in his hand. He's angry. He's always ready to smite. And he exiles Kronos to Earth. Kronos comes to Earth. Fun story. He because he's a titan, he's like this huge thing. Nobody would people will run away from him, other than one guy who gives him a sanctuary, gives him like refuge, keeps him safe, and for a while. And his name is Janus, Janus. And interesting fact, I don't know why I'm telling you all of these just to get to the labyrinth, but it's a very interesting story. What happens is that in order to thank Janus for trusting the god of time, Kronos gives Janus two faces. One face always looking at winter, one face always looking at spring. And that's why January, the icon of January, is a dude with two faces. That's basically Janus. Anyway, Kronos is exiled to Earth, and then he gets exiled again to wander in this big desert. And Zeus orders a temple to be built. We're getting to the labyrinth now. A temple to be built on him. A big temple on Kronos. And the architect, see, here's the thing. The architect of this temple is Pathos Verdus, the entire bloodline, Pathos Verdus, the first, the second, and the third. These three, like generations of families, create this temple to keep a very specific thing hidden and away from everyone. What that thing is, it's a different story, but basically that thing is hidden in this big labyrinth that's so convoluted and so complex that even its architect, Pathos Verdus III, can't find a way out and dies in that labyrinth. That's the whole story. But this story was very inspiring for me because, I don't know, I guess weird stories kind of turned my mental prowess on. This is why the labyrinth existed. The song itself has some very minute attributes and connections to the Greek mythology itself, but for me that's how the whole thing came into existence. The first line, "Pourquoi tu me sembles comme ça," which is the translation, why does everything like each other or like this? Comme je suis emprisonné dans un déjà-vu, which is just like as if I am imprisoned inside a déjà vu. Déjà vu is the feeling that you've seen something before. Now, un retour en arrière d'un cauchemar, which is the third line, or a return or reverse in time of a nightmare que je n'ai jamais vécu, a nightmare that I have never lived before. These four opening lines are basically kind of a parallel to the Pathos Verdus III. He wants to create a palace of magnificence. Instead, he gets trapped in this nightmare. And etc., etc. That's the whole idea. I'm going to go on with the translation of the lyrics because I kind of feel like it's fun. Les saisons changent comme les personnes, mais les couleurs restent figées. The seasons change just like people, but the colors stay the same. La vie comme un fardeau difficile à porter, which is again another one-to-one resemblance to the whole story. Life, just like a burden on your shoulder, impossible or very difficult to carry, like the whole temple and blah, blah, blah of the Kronos thing. But here onwards, we just go on and with the whole lyrics thingy. And et les étoiles me guident vers toi, si brillante que c'est dur à voir. Or the stars guide me towards you, so bright, so lightly, like super, like shiny, that it's very difficult to see. Mais il faut continuer, la destination m'appelle. But we have to continue because the destination is calling me or calls us. And then we go to the chorus. L'amour est un labyrinthe, on cherche des voies pour sortir. Love is like a labyrinth, we are finding the ways to get out. On brûle comme les gouttes de temps qui éclatent comme une bougie. We are burning like the drops, bling, 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 of time, which shine just like a candle. I know that the sentences don't make a lot of sense in English, but because this is a French translation, just bear with me. L'amour est un grand voleur, il nous vole notre raison. Love is a big thief. It steals from us our reasoning. Il ne nous donne que des raisons. It doesn't leave anything for us other than unreason. I think that the English word is unreason, the opposite of reason. You see, raison et déraison are French for reason and unreason. L'amour, il nous donne que des raisons. It doesn't leave us anything but the unreason. À voler plus vite, à sortir. So we just want to run and find a way out as fast as possible. L'amour est un masque. L'amour est un rêve. Love is a mask and love is a dream. Hold on. Sorry, I had to take care of something. Then we go to the second verse. Lourd me doré par l'amour. This is one of my favorite lines of the song. Lourd means heavy. Lourd me doré. Doré means that it's gilded. It's made of gold now. Lourd me doré par l'amour. It means that it's heavy, but it's gilded by love. It's gilded through love. Une illusion qui ne brise jamais. An illusion that never breaks. Se coucher et se réveiller. Être né dans soumission contre tout. That is kind of this is again a little bit of a callback to the whole story. Se coucher et se réveiller, to sleep and to wake up. Être né, which means being born, dans soumission contre tout. Towards, how can I translate it in English that makes sense? You see, soumission means to submit to something. Insoumission means that you cannot submit. It's impossible for you to submit. Être né dans soumission contre tout is kind of like, not a colloquial, but like a thing that you are born to resist things that you don't like. You are born of submission towards nothing. You don't submit to you don't submit to anything. The route et the choix, the path and the choices, nous sommes là pour le voir. We are there to see them. Nous respirons pour le vivre. We breathe to make our dreams come true. Si facile à négliger, or very easy to neglect. Right? The whole idea is that this life, this love, this dream, the path, everything is like a big labyrinth, which is super like convoluted and difficult to navigate, but only way out of this is faith and love, to be strong. Et les étoiles me guident vers toi, and the stars guide me towards you, si brillante que c'est dur à voir, so light and bright that it's very difficult to see, mais il faut que je continue, or I just have to continue. La lumière, je peux presque voir. The light, I can almost see. It means at the end of the song, I can almost see the way out. This is basically the whole idea of this song. I'm really proud of this song because not only it opens the album, it opens the third album, it also acts as because my first and second albums are kind of close to each other, like in terms of the design of the songs and elements of the genre and everything. This is a very different genre of music, the song. and it's available on Spotify and everywhere else. And let me send a link to the song in case somebody in the future is interested. How can I find the link to a song on Spotify? I'm usually good at these things. I know. Hold on, I have an idea. I have a very good idea. Give me a second, and I will directly go to my people at the publishing, then DistroKid, and I will like fix it. Identité, le labyrinthe. Where can I get the lyrics for it though? Spotify. Okay. Let me just put a little bit of background music while I work and talk, so you don't get completely bored. Okay, it doesn't seem to like to show me what I want. It's okay. I know what to do. Don't worry, I'm not getting bored while raging an iron banner. Those two emotions are not. They can't be together. You can't be bored and get raged. It just doesn't make sense. You know, to me it doesn't make sense, at least. I don't know what's happening there with you. And so yeah, that's kind of a whole thing with my poetry style, because when others who are, for example, those who are natively French speakers, when they read these things, for them, and this is what I was told by them, the way that I like compose the lyrics or the poems are not modern in terms of lyrics writing. They are not. They are like kind of old school. They said that you write very complex. And I told them I don't know any way else to write, which is actually a problem, because huge news, a few days ago or maybe a week ago, I should check my phone, my publisher, the guy behind, let me find the logo. Let me show it to you. Where is OBS? Yeah, the person behind this label, Candle and Fog, who also published my book, told me, okay, it's time we move on. It's time we talk about your next project. What is it going to be? And I was like, are you sure? And he said, sure. We just have to release something. It's time. But I told him I recently released this album. This album is released in 2019. He said, I don't care. We can make it. So now I'm officially like obliged by contract to write another album in French, and I have been working on it. Where is my clipboard? Where's my clipboard? I swear to, what the? I can't find my clipboard anywhere. If I could, I would have showed you how much progress I had made. What? Well, imagine a clipboard full of notes. Weird. And I've been working on it, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be like a spiritual successor to the ideology and the poetry style of this album, but it is not going to be the same genre of music. That I want to experiment with more mixed genres. For example, I want to utilize so much more of our our style of music in this part of the world mixed with a European composition at the same time. um, have a with French lyrics. It's gonna be really fun. It's going to be, I think it's going to be really fun. The problem I have right now is that, today is February 26th. It's a normal date for the world, but we're getting very close to the end of our year. Our country, our system of the world is based on solar calendar. We, our New Year's are with the rotation of the sun, which means spring is our New Year, which means very soon everywhere is going to get closed. And everybody's going to go home and rest and stay with their family, hopefully, not get out. And that kind of puts kind of a big wrench in my, in the whole process. But I should be fine. I have almost like 90% of everything I need to start writing songs. I got the microphone ready. I got a bunch of different stuff. I got the guitars ready. Things should be okay, but again, I could be wrong, and this could all just end up blowing in my face. But now, I want to talk to you about something else, which is kind of interesting and probably is going to be the biggest, hopefully, the biggest thing to happen today. And that is, like I told you, almost a year before this album, in 2018, I published a book which was in French, a poetry book called Mes Petits Secrets. You can order it if you want. I'm gonna put a link here. Order my book, heart sign. If you want, you can order the book from this link, international shipping and everything. It's a fun project. It was really awesome, and it really it like catapulted me into so much artistry. But I always wanted to be able to express myself in any possible way. At the time, I was deeply entangled with the whole French music writing and French poetry and everything. But now, I wanna shift gears, and I want to go towards a different kind. And that is why I'm going to show you a little secret, and that is probably we are going to publish my next book sometime soon. Depends on how the paper and everything work. The book is going to be in English, this one. It is going to have three, I don't know how to say this, like three short bursts of literary texts and 20 something, this is the first volume, and 20 something poems. And I'm very proud of this one as well, specifically because, well, I speak a bunch of languages. Like I said, this is not a secret, but my first language that I picked up while very young, like I took a super child, was English. And because of that, I've had more roots tangled within the English language, which has allowed me to be able to express myself more artistically driven in English. And that means that the parts of the stuff that I'm writing in English might be stronger, at least for my own taste. And this book, Forever Incomplete, is going to hopefully show that aspect of my writing. And I want to, if you allow me, I want to read a couple of excerpts from the book, if that's okay. We're still working on it, so I'm gonna open the Word file. But where's the excuse me, can I, oh, that's wrong, this is the correct one. Yeah. But before that, let me tell you the story of the Forever Incomplete name. There was this, oddly enough, today is all about architects. There's this famous, I think he is Italian or Spanish, Anthony Gaudi, an architect, Anthony Gaudi, and he's a pretty decent, like he was a pretty decent architect. He was born a long time ago. He was Spanish. He wasn't Italian. He is a very big architect, and he designed a bunch of awesome stuff. But he's the most famous work that is like that he's associated with. If I can find it. Is this one. I have no idea how to pronounce this. The Basilica de la Sagrada Familia, or I assume it's the Holy Family, Sacred Family, yeah. And this is a big thing. This is a very interesting thing. This dude is like super awesome in terms of architecture and everything, but he was never able to finish this basilisk, this basilica. And I think the basilica is going to be finished in a few years. This dude died, I think, 300 years ago, and his magnum opus, his biggest thing, was never finished in his life. This thing will for him, this project will remain forever incomplete, and this was very inspiring for me to come up with this. It's a fun thing, but yeah. Anyway, this is the book has 3 parts. It has a prologue called Before I Forget. It has a bunch of poems. Then it has an interlude, which is called While We're Still Here. And also it has, again, a bunch of poems. And then the epilogue, which is When the Music Ends. I'm kind of really proud of how these literary texts have came into existence. So if it's okay with you, I will be reading a little bit on like reading it aloud, because they say in music industry, if you're writing a dance song, if you're unable to dance with your own song, then nobody else will. The same is for any kind of art, honestly. When you're creating something, you need to be proud of your creation, and I feel like I'm gonna be proud of this one. But again, pride is a folly. We'll see. The title of this intro, of this prologue, is called Before I Forget. The first paragraph reads as follows: We are all adjectives, the words that bring meaning and depth to the mental pictures others tend to perceive from us. Honest, mischievous, angry, punctual. These are words, and they won't mean anything until and unless they're pertained and dependent. Glued to a person, they find themselves a raison d'être, or a raison d'être. See, I could have used a different word. I could have used a reason to live and a purpose. This is called being an adjective. And the adjective in this specific case is pretentious. Through these past years of my artistic life, I've had different adjectives attached to me. All kinds of positive and negative syllables, up to a point that even I started believing them, up to a point that I started seeing a different me in the same mirror I put up on my wall. Then I realized all of this is unreal, and unreal is completely pretentious. I wrote this when I had a mirror actually on my wall. I don't have a mirror here anymore. Kind of sad. This was for the old house. Still, all of the words, they have been feeding my name. Of all of them, there is always one that I like hearing more, and that was no surprises here, storyteller. I like to look at myself as one. I like telling stories. I am telling stories. The medium is irrelevant. The medium could even be silence. I've often heard the most entangling and enchanting stories through utter silence. But I digress. I realized I like to create. I like to make stuff up. I even like to lie if it's filled with truth, especially if it's filled with truth. The best kinds of lies are the best kinds of truths. So I started making stuff up. When I saw an autumn leaf dangling in the air, trying to break the fall by following the dazing beauty of a November's rain, when I saw a face that brought back a simplistic, childlike faith, when I sat on a park bench just looking at the sunset through the reflections of a glass cave of tall buildings, when a whisper brought news of novelty, a murmur hummed a sweet melody, or a sparkle shone an improbable symmetry. I made stuff up. I never put them in a notebook. Notebook is the best place for our worst ideas. Our best ideas grow inside us like a virus. Probably not the best wording here. I have written a lot, but I have not written a lot. Well, enough. This is just a beginning, or is it an ending? I was never good with these things. I have a tendency to shut my thinking down when speaking. I never learned to think before I speak, for I found often speaking to is pretentious. Is my identity tied to a name, an age, a gender, or a state? Or is it tied to my sense of apprehension and to my sense of belonging? An apprehension of what goes on around me and a belonging with what they all represent. Through all this, I realized the perfect medium for me and for my now me is in written words. By invoking a certain souvenir of past or instilling an unattainable faith, we are simply one with our identities. Only then we have reached a paramount, a justice, a meaning of life. Only then we realize that we too are pretentious. This is the opening of the book, and the whole idea is that I hate to be called or to be attained to an adjective that I'm not, and I hate it so much because, let me change the camera, because the thing is, I have a tendency to forget who I am very easily, like to completely lose control. And I always try to remember that I am absolute nothing. I am not important. My actions are, my words might be, but I don't want to be considered anything more than I am, because at the time that I was writing this part, this whole article or an excerpt, I was at the epicenter, at the heat, at the center of attention of being like a successful musician in my country. We were doing shows, we were doing interviews, we were like getting calls from sponsors, all of that before our world ended. But it was I wrote this at the peak of all of this to remind myself that this is all temporary. It really is. I dropped my stool, my tiny stool that I used on my leg. Hold on. Under my feet. And this whole idea continues on with the other two texts. I won't bore you with it. I just wanted to tell you that basically what is going on is that for the next several weeks, I will be passionately engaged with working on my next album, on my next English book. You can order my French book if you want, and you can listen to my French album through the links that I've provided. Also, they are all available somewhere in the Twitch page. And I'm just going to share my progress with you, if that's okay, if that's allowed. That's kind of my thing, to talk about what I do and to do even more. And if you agree with me, I will play a song, and we are going to wrap this stream up. I told you it's going to be a shorter stream. I kind of want to pertain some energy for later in the night, because I have to record a bunch of other stuff that's going to be off stream. I can't really laser focus on the stream and on recording at the same time. So if that's okay with you, I'm just going to play a couple songs, maybe one or two. And we are going to wrap this thing up. Okay, where is my volume? Okay, it's good. Where's my guitar pick? Should I play one more French one, or should I go for an English song? I assume the majority of people would go for an English song, which is, I mean, it's understandable, right? What should we go for? Should I go for a new one or an old one? I know. I kind of feel, because the thing is, Kill, you know, people have different sights, if they have different dimensions. And when I go super deep into my artistic roots, which is super deep in me, I tend to turn towards French language. I don't know why. For me, while I absolutely adore all the languages that I know absolutely equally, sometimes I'm able to represent myself more in French language. Sometimes I'm able to represent more of myself in English. I feel the French language has more nuance. It has more, like, I'm going to use the word artistic complexity very lightly, because this is a whole conversation. So, but I feel like doing an English song. Why not? Let me see which song we can go for and have fun with. Yeah, let's go with an old one. Yeah, this is... I'm going to go for one of the band songs. Why not? I actually do. Believe me, Croissant is when I was living in France, every morning, without skipping a beat, even if I had to wake up for like 10 minutes to just go for it, I just had to go for a croissant and an orange juice. It was, I don't know, maybe I was being pretentious and fake or whatever. It just had to happen. I always like the simple ones, the bland ones. No cream, no chocolate, nothing inside the bread, nothing inside the croissant itself. Just simple, bland, and clean. Tell me why you... Well, the first time that I was there, I couldn't stay for too long, because I had the contract to come back to the country and continue on my music career. And if I wanted to stay, I would have to, like, I don't want to use the burn the bridges expression here, but I felt that I was needed here more, if that makes any sense. While I had to make a selfish choice if I wanted to stay. If I had stayed, I would have made a very selfish choice. I would have condemned basically my artistic life and my friends here to work on and continue on without me. And I felt at the time that my presence was needed here. The second time, I don't know. I should have stayed, honestly. If I can go back to those days, I should have stayed. But I came back before? Of course I would. Not because I don't like it here. It has nothing to do with here. One thing that I've made it very clear to other people I talk about, because everything says, oh, you live in a bad country, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. You see, I'm an artist, and I can do more as an artist there. And that's basically the whole thing. I can't be who I truly want to be here, artistically speaking, because, well, we're not an English-speaking culture. We don't have a French-speaking culture. So I was kind of born in the wrong place and at the wrong time. Okay, I'm still on tune. Let's go one. Let's play one of the songs that people really liked from us here. 1, 2. Okay. Maybe a little less delay. Pop, pop, pop. Okay, that's better. All right. Okay. This is a song that I wrote. I won't tell you the story. This is one of the more personal stories, but I like it because it's absolutely it's me. This song is just me. The song is called The Rose, and it appears on my EP. I think I have published it a while ago, but on our band Pic Clavier's album, I believe it's like 4th or 5th song. Let's go. This is Rose. Lay the stones, lay them all here and now, before the names engrave themselves. Close your eyes, take a moment of silence. She calls your name again. Hear me now. He knew the words to your love. He knew it every day. Will the way guide her to your tears, to tear the sadness down on away? Hear the whispers inviting from the other side, where the embers are the only trace of time. Lose yourself in the wind of doubt and hesitate. Watch you breathe, who you call in times of need. Go away. His tears drowned him in his sleep. Now he'll live forever with her dreams. He kept the rose safe in his now cold hands, as the earth began to cry. Hear the whispers inviting from the other side, where the embers are the only trace of time. Lose yourself in the wind of doubt and hesitate. Watch you breathe, who you call. Hear the whispers inviting from the other side, where the embers are the only trace of time. Lose yourself in the wind of doubt and hesitate. Watch you breathe, who you call. And that was Rose. I like this song. It brings so many memories. Some memories I want to keep, some memories I want to bury, but I guess, I guess when you write a song about things that you don't want to remember, you end up remembering them. Ah, you're welcome, Kill. Thank you for being here, honestly. It's kind of cool. Ah, bum 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 bum. Hey, thank you. Today I'm not having the best voice day. I wasn't really planning on singing anything, but I just sometimes get carried away in the moment. Yeah, hell yeah, Kill. Likewise. You know what? I'm gonna play French one. That is so French. You can hear basically a bicycle riding dude with a baguette in his bicycle basket. Okay. I had this. I think the last time I played this song, it was probably 5 years ago. I hope I can forget. I hope I can remember everything. Let's see if we can. Well, probably yeah. I need a lot of reverb for this one because it's a finger style. Cubase, will you give me more reverb, please, sir? You know what? I will add a reverb on top of that reverb because it's kind of a big deal. Nice. Nice. By the way, did I ever tell you, Kill? I don't think I told you, or Artemis, if you're still here. I received an invite. Do you want to know from where and how? Are you interested in it? Because it's kind of weird. I don't know why they would do that, but I actually received an email from Twitch. I received an email from Twitch to join the affiliate program. Why would they go with me? I assume that Twitch affiliate is a big thing, and I don't think my streams are. I don't want to use the word impressive in a bad way, but I don't think. I just, it was really weird for me. I haven't gone through with it because it's kind of weird, but I actually can, if I want, go with. I don't know what exactly Twitch affiliate means, honestly, but I heard it's a big deal. I will, but there is a slight issue that I have to fix because my country's banking system is all kinds of messed up. But someone explains to a boomer, like, what even is that? Okay, rude, first off. I know what Twitch affiliate is. You can get paid if you stream and people can give you bits and you get ad revenue. I'm not that much of a boomer. The problem is that because of the whole payment system, I need to find like a stable source for the whole PayPal thingy. But it was really interesting. Wait, I'm older than you. What do you mean? Basically, it's an upgrade to a normal stream. When you become a Twitch affiliate, Twitch recognizes you officially as a person who has apparently provided some kind of value to the whole streaming scene. That's my understanding of it. Also, I need to turn the vocal mode on, which means hello. Okay. I kind of feel like the reverb here is a little too much. I need more delay and maybe a tiny bit of the other reverb. One. Ooh. That's too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always more fun. I heard good things about it. Honestly, I heard very interesting things about it. Okay, let's go. This song is called Arc-en-Ciel or Rainbow, and it goes something like this. It's okay, okay. Thank you for hanging out. Regarde, il y a un ruban là-bas, cache-mais encore visible, qui a fait de le ciel si beau, comme je vois dans tes yeux. L'odeur de pluie, les larmes du ciel, la terre ressuscite les fleurs calmes, les rossignons, les chrysanthèmes, tout disent à toi, on vous aime. Perdu entre noir et blanc, je t'attends sans patience. Je pense à toi en rouge et bleu. Tu me manques tes yeux. Je rêve de toi en jaune et vert. Car toi, mon arc-en-ciel. Encore ondulent les arbres d'or, les attrapeurs des rêves maudits. On te donne le mot à toi, tu vas rêver dès ce soir. Perdu entre noir et blanc, indigo, jaune, violet, vert, bleu, le chemin d'ici au ciel plus loin. Mais je reste, je peins tes yeux, perdu entre noir et blanc. Je t'attends sans passion, je pense à toi en rouge et bleu. Tu me manques tes yeux, je rêve de toi en jaune et vert, car toi est mon arc-en-ciel. And that would be the end of this song, and probably the end of the stream too, because, oh my god, let me turn off the reverb, hold on. Yeah, that's more natural. And I'm just excited because, first off, we're able to, even through these crazy days and the pandemic and everything, we've been able to do something with our, at least I was able to do something with the creative part, because times are tough, man. We're going to have, thank you, Kill. We're going to, I'm going to publish my English book very soon, hopefully, and I'm going to be working on the French album. I'm really excited about this, but that is probably going to be it. However, Killer, do you have energy for me to show you something kind of cool, or not? Because it's of course I can send it to you, but thank you so much. Let me show you this. My my audio will go away. Hopefully, I think it's gonna. Can I? Hold on. Can I play it here? Or like, can I export without any trouble? Maybe, I don't know. Because sometimes things go crazy. Hopefully nothing too crazy has happened. Hopefully. Uh-oh, it couldn't play. I knew it. Well, Killer, sadly, I should have prepared for this, but because I am not a good person for this. Yeah, I know. No. The audio is, unfortunately, see, the audio is, let me show it to you. I need to change, where's the other screen? See, I need to change the audio settings in order to play this. As you can see, this is an empty audio project. See, nothing is playing. That's because I have to close this project and open the other one. The problem is when I close this project, I can't have my voice anymore. Sorry, I wanted to show you something kind of cool, but it is what you think it is, very possibly. And as you can see, it is somewhere around 5.5 minutes. But unfortunately, it is... I have to change the project, which is sad. But... anyway, yeah, well, this is kind of unexpected. I should have planned for it, you know. This is going to be it, I think, for this stream. Kind of like I said, I'm gonna limit myself to 1 and 2 hour. I know this is not the standard like stream duration, but I want to make sure that the quality is good before I focus on the quantity. I hope it was okay. I hope it was fun. I hope I was able to be entertaining for like 2 minutes. And that is going to be it for this day and for this stream. I hope... Okay, thank you, Killer. I hope everything is good with you. And if anybody is watching this in the future, my name is Miran, and I'm a multi-instrumentalist, musician, and composer, and poet, and author. And I also sing. Not very well today, but I do that. You can find links to my albums and to my book everywhere. It should be in the chat. Chat is here. And also on Spotify on the biography part. I hope everybody is having a good time. Stay safe. I'll be seeing you very soon. This is going to be it. And yeah, have fun.